Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about having a conscience. And I'm not talking about conscious, but conscience. Talking about conscience is when you knock yourself on the head and you pass out, and that's you being unconscious, and when you awake, that's conscience. That's not the one I'm talking about. I'm talking about conscience, which is one's awareness of knowing the difference between right and wrong, meaning doing the right thing. That's conscience. Having a good conscience is doing the right things at all times. You have morals, ethics, values, principles that make sure that you do the right things at all times. And you never want to do anything wrong to hurt someone or do anything that's morally, ethically wrong, or do something wrong to a person, or even lawfully wrong. That's pretty much the difference between right and wrong, and the difference between having a good conscience and a bad conscience. Bad conscience is people don't care what they do. They'll hurt people, they'll betray them, do bad things to them, and be a horrible person, and they wouldn't care. That is just having a bad conscience. Having good conscience, making sure you never do anything wrong, never hurt somebody physically or emotionally, or do anything lawfully wrong or ethically or morally wrong. That is the difference between good conscience and bad conscience. People tend to think that they'll learn about good conscience if they're a religious person or if they have a faith in God. That's not necessarily the case. You don't have to be religious or be taught by your parents or ancestors to know what good conscience is or do the right thing. You can learn that on your own. And if you're more interested about this, please keep watching this video. So, as you grow older, you will actually learn about making sure you have good ethics, good morals, and good values, good principles. Make sure you do the right thing. You'll grow yourself a good conscience, and you'll make sure you do the right things at all times. And basically, as you mature, you grow older and you get wisdom, you naturally, that will happen to you. If it hasn't, you haven't grown, basically, you are still a child. Basically, you put yourself into the position where you want to know how the other person would feel. So you put yourself in the other person's shoes and you realize how they feel. You don't want to hurt anybody, and therefore you make sure you always treat them right, you respect them. There's nothing wrong you'll do towards them, nothing wrongfully you'll do wrong. Having a well-formed conscience is basically knowing the difference between right and wrong, having a good conscience and a bad conscience, and then developing this understanding that you'll never do anything wrong and you'll always be on the track of doing right at all times. And whenever you do accidentally do anything wrong, you will make sure you clear your conscience. By that I mean, if you did something wrong by mistake, by hurting someone, or lawfully wrong, you will go and correct it, meaning you'll go and fix it. That's you clearing your conscience, and that is making all the wrong right again. I'll give an example. If you've hurt someone, you've done something wrong to someone, and you didn't do it intentionally. I'll give an example such as you made a promise to someone, you'll be somewhere sometime, and you never showed up. They were really expecting you to be there and you never showed up, neither did you call to apologize or reschedule. That's wrong to do, but you want to make sure you make things right with that person. So in order to clear your conscience, you want to go and fix what you did wrong. Therefore, you will go and apologize to that person to say, I'm sorry, I didn't contact you to reschedule, or I never showed up. That's you making the wrong right again. And either you reschedule or you make it up to them to say, I'll take you out for another date somewhere else. Basically, you're making the wrong right again. That is you clearing your conscience, you make sure you're not having any guilt feeling inside of you. The most important thing that you have to show that person that you are actually sorry, you are regretting, you have remorse in yourself for hurting them or doing wrong to them, and you're doing it for yourself, for clearing your conscience, and you're making sure you're not hurting them and making things right for your friend. I've come across a lot of people in my life who doesn't seem to have a conscience or doesn't know the difference between good and bad conscience. You basically need in everyday life, need to make sure you do the right thing. You know, you don't do anything horrible or bad to someone, because that's not the way you want to live your life. If you want to be a better person, you would actually do the right thing. And I will go more into detail about how to become a better version of yourself. If there's anything else you want to know, please let me know by putting your comments down below, or send me a DM on my Instagram, which is Angel Sandra, and I will get in contact with you to let you know more if you want me to. Having a conscience delves more into morals, ethics, and values, which I will talk more in the upcoming videos. And as I said, if you want to know more, let me know in the comments below or send me a DM on Instagram. There are certain ways you can develop a well-formed conscience for yourself and have a very good conscience for yourself. For starters, you can humble yourself well enough to make moral choices. So you can do things like making sure that when you make a promise, you actually keep your promise. Do not break your promises and do not break your trust. That is one way of making sure you have your good conscience and not a bad conscience. The other ways to do that is to observe other people, how they behave in a moral situation. If you know somebody who is very high morally and ethically, have high morals and values, observe them and how they would behave. That way you learn something from them. And there's other ways of learning. There's so much on the internet, there's so much on YouTube, and I have so much more to offer, whether it's about ethics, morals, values, or principles. So I will share that with you in the upcoming videos. So if you are interested, then please subscribe to my channel, and I will keep uploading videos such as this. That's all for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.